Okay, I'm going to show you how to do my Lacy trellis stitch. And right here in this scarf, I did the Lacy trellis stitch in it in this area right here. This is it. And so that's how it looks in a flat panel. Just like that. And then I have my hat, and I did the Lacy trellis stitch on this hat, and this is how it looks on a hat. So this is it in this area up here. So there it is. So I'm just going to show you how to make that. So it's a really easy stitch to make. It's just 2 rows. And all we're going to do, the first row is owl eye. So we go over 2 pegs and go over 2 pegs again. And what we're doing now is whatever peg we're at is peg 1. We wrap in front of peg 1, over peg 2, and just knit it off. This is my owl eye stitch, first stitch I ever developed. And wow, it is such a great stitch. I've had so many uses for it, and it mixes so nice with other stitches. Anyway, peg 1, go over peg 1, over peg 2, and knit it off. And we're on peg 1, round peg 1, over peg 2, knit it off. So that's how easy it is, just owl eye stitch. So you're always going to be going the same direction, owl eye stitch. So whenever you start here, you're doing the owl eye stitch. Probably the easiest stitch could combine here with this, and it's very fast. This is so fast to make something. Okay, and now the second row, and we'll just knit over this end peg. All we're going to do is wrap 2 pegs together. That's it. So it's just 1 row of owl eye, 1 row of wrapping 2 pegs together. So all we do is, that's our starter peg, so here's our first 2 pegs here and here, and we're just going to take our yarn, go behind and in front, and they're wrapped together. Then we're going to go over to the next 2 peg pair and just wrap them together, and then over to the last pair in front and wrap them, and then I'm just going to put this on the peg to anchor it all in, and then we just knit it over. So it's very, very easy to do. So I'm just going to go over this peg again, and we start by going over peg 1 and then going behind and over peg 1 and 2. And over again, always on peg 1, going behind and in front and over 1 and 2. And that's owl eye. And the other thing is, knit it very loose. You knit owl eye very loose. You get a much nicer fabric that way, and it's easier to do too. So see, I'm wrapping this, it's quite loose. Okay, get over that end peg. Then we're just going to wrap pegs again. I'm going to give you a real good close-up of it. Okay, so here we are. We're going to go behind these 2 pegs and in front and just wrap them over. And then the next 2 peg pair. And you can do it as you go, like I was starting to do there, or you can just wrap the whole thing and knit them over. And my yarn is caught there, so it's kind of tight. There we go, got it to come. And then we just knit it over. And that's it. Over peg 1. That's it. So that's how we do it. We're starting to get it to come here. And as you see, These are them coming down right here. And as we get further down, you won't see as much of a gap here because this is actually stretched across the loom, but I'm using exactly the same gauge and yarn that I used in the 2 samples I showed you. So that is what we're going to get by doing this stitch. So anyway, enjoy. I hope you like the stitch and have fun doing it. And until next time, we'll see you. Oh, what I should have told you was the yarn I used. It's James C. Brett. It's a bulky yarn. It's about like Barcelona. I would say almost the same width as Barcelona or Premier Puzzle yarn. It's quite a bit thinner than Charisma. It's what you'd call a thinner type bulky. Scarfie's a bit thinner than it, a little thicker than something like a Scarfie, but it's quite a thin bulky and very soft, and so it actually makes the stitch very soft. And this was a 3/4 inch gauge. So anyway, enjoy.